Go! Sir! Move! Go! Sir! Move! Go!
Back at it like a crack addict, Mr. Black Magic.
That was the season 2 finale that stunned Ted Lasso fans. Beloved assistant coach Nate Shelley left to coach a rival soccer team, hated rival soccer team. And Ted Lasso follows the improbable triumph. Well, by the way, this is the full background here. Improbable triumphs of a small-time Kansas football coach played by Jason Sudeikis, and he finds friendship and success coaching an English soccer team. The third season follows the fallout between Ted and his new rival, Nate, played by Nick Mohammed. Take a look.
Well, hey, how about this one? Regarding my panic attacks, I've had more psychotic episodes than Twin Peaks. I mean, I'm so crazy. I'm crazy. There we go.
And Nick Mohammed joins us now. Nick, thank you very much for being with us. Uh-oh, he's wearing the jersey. I did not expect that. So your character is like the guy everyone's rooting for, and then kind of takes a turn to being maybe the guy they're not rooting for, and now you're sort of in between, actually, watching the beginning of this next season. How has the deception, I don't want to give away the end of season 2, that ended that season that you've been aware of, how did that affect how you portrayed this character?
Well, I actually knew where the character was heading from really quite early on, from when we were filming season 1 back in, 2019, I think it was. And I remember Jason particularly sitting me down, I think we're filming episode 3 or 4 of season 1, and saying, look, if we're lucky enough to get picked up again for seasons 2, season 3, this is where we have in mind this character going. And yeah, I won't give anything away for anyone who's not seen season 2 yet. Yeah, you know, Nate absolutely starts off as this underdog character in season 1, a lowly kit man, and you know, Ted comes along in typical Ted style and empowers him, and yeah, he eventually gets promoted to assistant coach at the end of season 1, and it's a real joyful moment for him. But yeah, things do then take a slightly different turn in season 2.
Nick, you broke my heart at the end of season 2. I'm still getting over it. But I want to know from you, what was it like to kind of morph your character, because you really had to turn into this more kind of bitter, angry person. How were you able to do that?
Well, I guess, I mean, if I ever sort of had any kind of sort of sweet spot in terms of previous acting experience, it was in that sort of season 1 version of Nate, which is quite, you know, quite awkward, socially awkward, bumbling comedy fall guy, really. But I don't know, I found season 2 increasingly, you know, there were fewer jokes, really, fewer gags for him, and that was replaced by, I guess, slightly more emotional and more dramatic storytelling, and, you know, it was a challenge. It's not really something that I'd done much of before, and so I just relied on, I mean, look, the scripts were absolutely phenomenal, so, you know, I owe it really to the writing team and the brilliant team of directors, and, you know, Jason in particular is so good at kind of coaching performances, really, and kind of making you find a truth to it and an authenticity to it, and so, and you know, you're only as good as, you know, the person that you're acting against, and, you know, getting to do scenes with Jason and, you know, well, the whole cast really, it's been an absolute joy.
Ooh, I'm with Adrian on there. I have to ask you this question. How do you
sleep at night?
Sleep at night. Like, there are thousands of fans like myself who really hate Nate right now. You say he's
Yeah.
not a villain, though. He's a victim. And I just don't get it. Explain it to me, sir.
Well, I feel like, you know, every villain has an origin story, and, you know, Nate is no exception to that. I feel like, whilst I can't condone, like personally, I can't condone his behaviour in season 2 in particular, and, you know, as we go into season 3, I feel like, you know, in order to sort of play it realistically, I had to sort of find a real truth to why he was behaving that way. And, you know, a lot of it does stem from this toxic relationship he has with his dad. And, you know, he was clearly bullied when he first started out as a kit man by, you know, some of the players at the club in AFC Richmond. So he sort of has his reasons, and they might be unfounded, and, you know, he might you know, now he's been given a bit more responsibility. He's sort of starting to sort of use it in all the wrong possible ways. And so, like I say, I don't condone it, but on saying that, it's quite fun to play. And you know, you say that you're sort of hating on Nate right now, but that is correct. You know, it was written that way. And so, anybody who is hating on Nate, don't feel guilty. You know, you should be feeling like that. You know, go easy on me on social media as well.
Well, I love the new gray-haired look that Nate has, and you know, I don't think he's a villain. I think you're right. He is a victim. I do root for him, even for all he's done. And also, congratulations to you, Nick, because you were supposed to be here in studio, but your wife had a baby. Big news there.
Indeed,
so
yeah.
we wish you the best
We got
with that.
a little 2-week-old. Thank you.
Oh, gosh. That is gorgeous. Well, next time, maybe if there's a season 4, you'll have to make the journey across the pond. It's great to have you here, even remotely.
Definitely.
Nick Mohammed, everybody. Thank you very much. Season 3 premiere of Ted Lasso is currently streaming on Apple TV+.